It comes because the Federal Reserve prints the money.
Yeah, I mean, you could theoretically, and there's a lot of like new technologies like blockchain that could make it happen, but yeah, it's thin air.
Yeah, I love how the government loves to just, and you can tell me what you think of this, I love how the government just likes to make money out of thin air. Because you think about it, right? Every time you make $1...
Read Marx.
Every time you make a new dollar bill, it lessens it. So it's basically no longer worth $1.
What is the universal equivalent, however? If we've abolished the gold standard, what is it?
I don't know.
Exactly.
They call it. I guess they call it now. We're on something called the fiat currency.
So if money is
not the car, but the paper money.
Yeah.
I remember watching. I was passing through the channels on television. There was this one guy. He answers questions by people. People asking questions. It's a religious channel. I really don't watch it, but I was passing by it, and he was mentioning something about the American dollar, and that caught my attention. And he told me that the United States dollar is the money. I suppose it's the currency that rules overall the world. It is the most popular currency, and if China were to beat our currency with theirs, it would be all over for us. We'd get into a crash where I guess other countries in the world realize, wow, the U.S. dollar really sucks. But China's got something better. Let's all go to the Chinese yen or whatever they call it. And once that happens, the United States is screwed. They've really got nothing to impress the world for once their dollar is worth less than the Chinese currency.
Oh,
but
man.
It's getting there, though.
Yeah, you're right. It is.
And it's getting there because the U.S. makes dollar. Oh, well, we need, quote-unquote, $1 billion to be able to pay for this war.
It's hard to say.
Well, I'm just throwing out.
China's struggling. I mean, when I was living in Qinhuangdao in Beijing back in 2004 or 5, their dollar was 8.6 American dollars. Now it's like 6.5. You think they'll catch up?
I'm not so sure. I mean, we'll have to look it up.
GIYS.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. If you want to keep the convo going, or.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Look it up. I think the viewers would love to know what the answer is to that.
Take it away, Joe.
I don't know what to say. So, yeah. We are sitting here.
So how do you feel? How do you feel about the non-stop Trump train that is the mainstream media now?
Oh my word!
Wait, wasn't that same mainstream media against him in 2016, and now they're with him?
Whatever makes them money, right?
Wow.
Well, you got to remember though, right? Who runs the media?
Well, they were with Trump when he started like saying we're gonna go to war, yeah. But when he was the anti-war progressive type that he ran as,
they were against him.
Yeah.
And then when he launched those missiles into that Russian Air Force base, they're like, "Wow, good job, Trump! Wow, 10 out of 10, 5 stars."
Yeah, dude.
That's like they just flip their emotions like a light switch.
Oh yeah, because and this is the part I don't get. This is the part I don't get is the fact is that why so many people voted for this man when this man went around and talked bad about women. Didn't he say that one time he could have sex with any woman he wants? He could touch them because he had all the money that in the world, so he could do whatever he wanted. They would let him. He said that. And he said it right on the news.
Well, you and I, Alex, might agree, and from a libertarian perspective on free speech, that's not necessarily a point against Trump. I mean, unless he was a total rapist, in which case that would suck.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, though, kind of like, if I was a woman, which I'm not, but if I was, and Trump was to talk like that, I'd be like, why would I want someone like that in the office? But I do understand what you're saying. Like, he's not a bad president, but in fact, he's a nobody. He's just a guy that stands up there and talks. Yep. He's a fake president. Like, I get all that. and I understand all that, but I don't agree with some of the stuff that he actually thinks of or believes in when it comes towards women or nothing like that. Like I do understand Make America Great Again, but I think all that is just talk. It means nothing. It's just, all right, well, we'll get this nutcase in office, let him do his run, and then have him do all these things. We'll get him to do what we want him to do, and then when he's out of office, we'll get some other person, or we'll keep him for another 4 years, depending on how well he does.
How much do you know about JFK? Like his personal life.
His personal life?
Really?
I do know he was a sex addict. I do know he was a sex addict.
I was just say that nigga had some serious issues upstairs.
Oh,
and if we knew about them back in the 60s, he would have never been president.
You know what's funny? Honestly, I don't blame him. When you're the president and if you even try to smoke a blunt and you look frowned upon, I don't blame him getting a sex addiction. That's like, these are the two things you can get an output as the president. Alcohol, cigarettes, or possibly even women, if you can hide it well
not
enough.
Cigarettes.
Yeah.
Not cigarettes.
Really?
Cigarettes, yeah, because if you smoke a cigarette, dude, no one's going to care. I mean, that's not an issue anymore. And it may have been back then, but it's not now.
Like in the 40s.
Yeah.
In the 40s, that was a fucking issue?
I don't even know if it was
not
ever
really.
an issue.
Actually, no.
I think the tobacco companies have always had their grips. You know, it's only until recently.
Right, but even today though, no. Like if they're not going to complain or stomp their feet because the president smokes a cigarette outside of the Oval Office. I mean, you know, like I think people would whine and complain if he rolled a joint and lit it up and smoked that, but not cigarettes. No, I don't agree with that.
Wasn't it something like 60-something% of Americans don't really care about pot anyway? You know, basically, support legalization. But
then the news media is going to make it a fit, and they're going to be like, 90% of Americans don't like.
Oh yeah, and then they'll make up some poll, some fake ass poll.
Yeah, exactly.
Trump will never win the election based on all these polls we controlled.
You know what's very funny too. Speaking about Trump and all the talk, I remember he said, it's so funny, man, and it still grinds my gears a little bit whenever I think about it. He said two things that would have really fucked up the deep state. One, when he was running against Jeb, when he was competing with Jeb, he said that he would release the 9/11 pages.
Oh yeah.
And guess what? He only said that just so he can get Jeb to squirm in his monkey suit, and I don't think that's going to happen. It's like what you said, all talk. Second, he said he would put Hillary Clinton in prison.
All talk.
I don't see the old lady behind bars.
What do you think of Hillary Clinton?
Well, I think that she is a deep state agent that works with the Bush family.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, I guess I could go further. I guess she's corrupt. She's crooked. She was one of the many causes of the Middle East's problems, like with Libya. She lied about being shot. In I think it was Baghdad, or I'm probably miscorrect. She lied about being sniped. I was under bullet fire in this Middle Eastern city, this Middle Eastern town. Oh God, I should be recognized. But she lied about that.
So she pulled a Tom Brokaw, basically.
Yeah, she basically did.
Is there proof of that?
Yeah, there's proof. There was proof in 2016. I mean, there should be proof of this in there. But yeah, there is proof. There is proof.
She's probably a murderer and a mobster and all kinds of crazy shit.
She was also affiliated with the KKK. There was a photo of her kissing a KKK member that is like in the high part of the KKK society. They call him the Grand Wizard or something.
Yeah.
You know, there's that. I don't think she would have been a great president. I think she would have been worse than Trump. At least Trump is someone who is outside the political class.
Uh-huh.
But Hillary is inside the political class, and she shakes hand with the deep state. So I wouldn't want her in there at all.
I don't know how rich the Clintons are, and to be frank, I don't really care. Now, the one thing that I liked about that. Now, this was back though when I believed that the political figures actually mattered. But anyways, the one thing that I liked was that Clinton himself helped make the money, but I don't know if I believe that anymore because I think all of it was just a show.
And once everybody's done focusing on the flaws of both sides who are all working for the same corporate masters, here comes the next presidential election. Maybe one of them will actually be an outsider.
I heard
Yeah,
the Rock,
right.
I heard The Rock as a celebrity wants to become president for 2020.
Holy shit!
The Rock.
Yeah, dude. What if he actually? Oh, man, they thought the same thing about Trump, though.
I think the person that's going to make it though for the next 4 years is going to be Trump.
Or Biden, which is basically just Trump plus Obama plus Hillary.
Oh God, I forgot about that horrible guy.
And the media is rigging all the polls to make it look like he's even this much relevant.
Dude, you know what's so fucking funny? When I was watching the polls on the night of 2016 of November, I remember that the media delayed Trump's victory on the television. But I was watching alternative media. I won't say which because I won't say which. But they found out that Trump won first, alternative media, before the actual mainstream media. They delayed it. They didn't want to show that Trump was going to win. They really believed that Hillary was going to win, or try to make believe fantasy that Hillary was going to win the election, but it didn't happen at all. And it was only like maybe an hour to 30 minutes after the alternative media reported the truth, they finally did it. They finally reported it, but they weren't so happy by it at all. There's a compilation on YouTube where you have all these news media outlets, the people that sit there on the desk and talk. They have like frowny faces, or some of them are probably crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it's pretty funny too. It's like, what did you fucking expect?
I think Mark Dice did a compilation.
That was that video.
You were watching Mark Dice?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
You know, though, a lot of people get so...
I love his old videos where he walks around and asks people on some beach in California, do you know when the Declaration of Independence was signed? And everyone's like, Batman symbol. Like, niggas don't even know.
Well, I find it absolutely hilarious now. I love how people get so bent out of shape and so mad when you talk politics, especially if you don't agree with their topic. Me, I don't care. I'll say what I believe, and if you disagree, then you disagree. I don't really give a crap. It's with anything. Like, I'll say what I believe, and I'll tell you what I believe, and I'll say no, and this is why I don't agree with it. But beyond that, I think it's hilarious that some people get so angry and so upset when you talk about that kind of stuff with them.
Wow. To be honest, that's not the first time I've heard that before. Not the first time. During the 2016 election, I had acquaintances / friends that really stopped talking a bit after my political opinions were revealed, and I guess it's partly because of me, because I was sort of a troll to them. I was trolling them
Me
as well.
too.
So it's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And it's unfortunate. I mean, I believe
when trolls win.
I believe in this is what I believe in this. We may not have the same political ideas, but can we still be friends? I mean, can we still be friends?
Yeah, you're just giving the government what it wants by dividing you over bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's exactly right.
Oh.
Red and blue, 1 and 2, choose one. Oh yeah, yellow, green don't exist really. I mean, but they say they exist, but they don't exist. Just choose red and blue, okay? Just choose red and blue.
You might as well wipe your face with your fucking vote if you're gonna vote Green Party, bro. Just forget it. Flush that shit.
Well, even if you put yourself as like a Green Party or whatever party you want, your vote just doesn't count.
I personally am
whether or not you vote for red or blue. And even then, though, your count doesn't really vote because the man behind the curtain is the one that makes the friggin' decisions. You understand?
Yeah.
You know, it's all about the man behind the curtain, or should I say, the people behind the curtain.
You could organize a militia right now. God knows I know people who could probably maybe get that done. What kind of state would you strive for?
You mean government?
Yeah, what kind of administration, non-administration, in my case, would you want, you know? Socialism, anarchic socialism, libertarianism, a place where everybody gets free money. I mean, come on, what would you do? What do you want?
You're asking both of us that?
Yeah, whichever one goes first.
All right, before I answer that question, I want to bring up that I looked it up, the Chinese yuan, called yuan to the US dollar. One yuan or I'm probably saying it wrong, man, but I really don't care. Yuan, 1 yuan is 14 cents.